Okay, so let's begin sitting. Find a position on your mat. You can cross your legs or kneel however's comfortable. And sit up as tall as you can. Close your eyes. And we'll start by taking a long breath in through your nose. And a big sigh out through your mouth. And do 2 more of these on your own. And then once you've done that, take your attention to your spine. Get a sense of lifting up out of your lower belly, lower back and the sides of your waist, and let your shoulders roll back and away from your ears. And then find a steady breath that comes in and out through your nose. Slightly longer inhales and exhales than you would regularly take. And then let the smaller muscles around your eyebrows, your jaw, your tongue relax. And we'll be here for another couple of breaths. And then whenever you finish your next exhale, slowly bring your focus back to the front. And we'll start with a twist. So twist from your waist, take your left hand over to your knee, your right hand behind your back, and look over your right shoulder. Get a sense of lifting on your inhale and twisting on your exhale, being aware of the back of your neck. Last moment here, lift and twist. And then come back through the middle. Swap your feet now so the opposite foot is in front, just for the other twist. Get a sense of a lift, roll around from your left shoulder, right hand comes over, however's comfortable. Keep scooping back from behind your belly button, lifting and twisting. And then back to the middle. Make your way over onto your hands and knees. We'll do some cat and cow breathing. So starting with a rounded back, bring your pelvis forward, shoulder blades come apart. As you inhale, roll up your spine, look up, open your chest. Great, and then let your breath guide your movement. Make this your last one, so no rush at all, but finish on a rounded back. And then come back to neutral spine. We'll come up to down dog, so spread out your hands, tuck your toes, push the floor away. Scoop your hips up into the air and take a moment here to move around within the shape if you like. Pedal your heels, move your hips. One more breath here. And then begin to walk your hands back to your feet, coming to the back of your mat. Lift up halfway on an inhale, and then tuck in your belly and hang forwards as you exhale. Arms, neck, shoulders are heavy. And then you can move around within your feet, within the shape, finding, again, some more stretch out for your hamstring. Ending up with the weight slightly forwards. Try and let gravity bring you a little further into the stretch. And then soften your knees, hands come down, walk yourself forwards to a high plank, stacking your shoulders over your wrists. Push down with your hands, lift your chest up, heels push away, and then your pelvis is slightly tipping forwards. Stay strong for 2 more breaths. Great, and then if you want, you can drop your knees or keep your legs straight, bend your arms and come down onto your front. Untuck your toes, lock your knees, squeeze your glutes, peel your shoulders back and come to a low cobra. Get the sense your chest is coming forwards, your shoulders are rolling back and shoulder blades down your back. Lift a little higher as you inhale and soften back down as you exhale. Push back over your knees, tuck your toes. We'll take a few breaths in downward facing dog. And then look forward, knees are soft. Move to the top of your mat, step, walk or jump. When you get there, lift up halfway and then fold forwards as you exhale. Come to stand, reach all the way up. Open your chest, maybe arch back a little, and then dive back down. Exhale, hands to the floor. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Make your way through a vinyasa, step, walk or jump, and lower. Over your toes or knees for up dog or cobra. And then push back to down dog. Of course, feel free to take child's pose if you would rather. One more breath. Look forward, knees are soft. Move to the top of your mat. Lift up halfway as you inhale. Fold over your legs as you exhale. Lift up, breathing in, opening your chest right up to the ceiling. And then come back down, exhale, hands to the floor. Halfway lift, breathe in. Move through a vinyasa, step, walk or jump, and lower. Up dog or cobra, whenever you breathe in. Down dog as you breathe out. One more breath. And when you finish your exhale, look forwards, knees soft. Make your way to the top of the mat. Come up halfway, fold over, exhale. Lift up to stand, look to the ceiling. We'll do one more. Exhale, hands down. Find Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift as you inhale. Move through your vinyasa, step, walk or jump, and lower. Open heart as you inhale. And then down dog or child's pose as you exhale. Take one full breath. And then extend your right leg into the air. Take it up between your hands. Lift up to a high lunge, so back heel stays lifted. Once you're up, feel free to adjust your feet. Lift up out of your waist, maybe start to look up. And open your chest towards the ceiling. Great, we're going to move into a twist, so make sure you feel steady with your balance. And then twist to your right, and bring your arms down like warrior two. Turn your head to look towards the back, towards your right hand. Good, inhale to come back up to the middle, bring your hands down either side of your front foot, step back to a plank. And let's move through a vinyasa. And then on your next inhale, take your left leg into the air. Take it through between your hands, set your feet so you feel steady, and reach your arms back up, high lunge. Adjust your feet if you need. Stretch your fingers that soften your shoulders and your neck. Great, twist from your waist, open out your arms, find archer's pose. Eyes around to the left. Good, and then come back up. Set your hands down, step back to your plank, and let's move through a vinyasa. And then take a few breaths, your choice, down dog or child's pose. We'll reset here, take 4 or 5 breaths. Lovely. Make sure you're in down dog now. Stretch your right leg up into the air. Take your foot through. We'll come to Virabhadrasana 1. So back heel is down, both feet flat on the floor. Let's do cactus arms. So open your elbows out either side, lift your chest. Make sure you really let your neck free up. Lovely. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers or hold one wrist in one hand. Open your chest and come forward for humble warrior. Reach your arms away from your back. Look towards your left inner thigh. One more breath. And then set your hands down on the floor so you can step back to a plank and move through a vinyasa. And then once you're back in down dog, left foot leaves the floor, stretch up, land it through, right heel comes down, come up to warrior one, making sure that both feet are flat on the mat. And then bring your arms into a cactus. Strong legs here, one more breath, really good. And then bring your hands behind, interlock your fingers, stretch your arms away, humble warrior. One more breath. Great. Let your hands come down to the floor, step back to your plank, and let's move through a vinyasa. And then we'll meet in down dog or child's pose, 5 or so breaths here to reset. Great. If you're in child's pose, come back up to downward facing dog. And bring your right foot about halfway up your mat so that you can lift up and you've got one foot in front of the other. Adjust as you need. You want your feet closer to the edges of your mat. Hands behind your back, opposite elbows or any alternative. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and come forward over your right leg. Try not to bend your right leg. Keep your belly button scooping back in the chest, drawing forwards. And then once you've come down, look back towards your left inner thigh. One more breath here. And then push down through your feet to lift yourself all the way back up. Keep your hands where they are and change sides. Your left foot forward and your right foot is back. And then if you've got your arms folded, swap so that the other hand is on top. Roll your shoulders back and fold over your left leg. Belly button scoops, shoulders draw back. And then look towards your right thigh. One more breath. And then bring yourself back up. Release your hands and step your feet so that we can come to triangle. So right foot is pointing forward, left foot at a slight angle. Stretch out your arms, reach over, and then bring your right hand to land on your right shin or wherever it gets to. Lift out of your waist, almost like you're twisting your chest up to the ceiling. Use your feet one more moment here. And then come back up to the middle. Turn in your right foot now, keep your legs wide. Hands to hips for Prasarita Padottanasana. Lift out of your tailbone as you come down, hands to the floor, let your head dangle. Shoulders relaxed, tip the weight slightly forwards. One more full breath. And then hands on your hips, lift your chest to bring yourself back up. Good, turn your left foot away, set your feet for Trikonasana. Arms out, stretch over, and then left hand down, right arm up. Then bring yourself back up. Turn your toes in again, hands behind, interlace fingers for variation C. Again, come forward with soft knees and bend, straighten your leg once you come forward. Belly buttons lift, and then the belly button lifts. And then at the weight of your arm, bring you over into the stretch. One more breath. And then lead with your chest to come all the way up. Release your hands and step your feet together. And we'll come to a balance. Let's do Vrikshasana, tree posture. Tip your weight into your left foot. Right foot comes to rest on your left side. Hold your palms together in front of you and steady your balance. And when you're ready, start to take your hands up. Let them open, make circles, index finger, thumb. Roll your little fingers in, look up and start to arch. Good, bring your focus back to the front. Bring your hands down the middle line. Let them rest on your hips, bring your foot away, and then set it down on the floor. Transfer your weight into your right foot, shake out your left if you need. Find a place where your foot will stay. Bring your palms together. And take a few moments like this before we do anything else. And then start to lift up your arms. Let them come out to either side, make circles, roll in, lift up, look up, and arch back. Great, bring your eyes back down to what you were looking at before. Hands down. Bring them to your hips and let your foot come away. and down to the mat. Give your right ankle a shake. If you need a drink of water, now is a good time. Then we'll come to the top of the mat. So breathe in, stretch out your arms and reach up. Dive forward, hands to the floor. You can bend your knees. Halfway lift on an inhale. Plant your hands, step, walk or jump back and lower down with your exhale. Open your chest, cobra or up dog, and then downward facing dog. We'll come to pigeon or any other hip opening alternative. So knee to wrist, then slide back on your right leg. Make sure it feels all right. And then settle down into your elbows or any other position where you can relax. Let your exhales take as long as they need. One more breath. And when you finish breathing out, let your hands step back down. And we'll prepare back to a three-legged dog. So right leg can move around to give your hip, knee, ankle a rest. And then let's do the other side. So left knee to left wrist and slide back. Untuck your foot at the back, make any little adjustments. And then settle down into a position where you can rest. One more breath. And then carefully come up as far as your hands. Bring your legs around in front of you. We'll come to Paschimottanasana. So smooth your glutes back, flex your feet, sit up tall, and then start to come forward. Chest forward, shoulders back. You want that sort of feeling. Keep pulling your belly button back, shoulders and neck relaxed. One more breath. And then gradually start to sit up. Good. Let's come to Baddha Konasana. So bring your feet together. Let your knees open out. Hold on to your toes. Sit up tall, shoulders back. Scoop your belly button back, lift up, and maybe start to hinge forward. Last breath. And then bring yourself up. And keep feet together, but move them away. Lift up your hips and set them further back. Hands on your toes, round forward now, tucking your chin right in. One more breath. And then very slowly start to bring yourself back up. Great. Stretch your legs out. We'll come to a twist. So cross your right over your left. And if it's all right on your body, tuck your left foot back next to you. If not, keep it straight out in front. Sit up tall. We're rotating to the right. Left elbow hooks, or you can hold on. Right hand comes right behind you. Peel your right shoulder back and look all the way over your right shoulder. Last breath. Great. Come back to the middle, change sides. So you've got left over right. And then tucking your right foot back next to you again. Always check it feels all right. Stay in the center, lift up, take your right hand or elbow across, roll your left shoulder back behind you, turn your head, so you're looking all the way behind you. Lovely, and then come back to the middle, stretch your legs, little bit of movement in your ankles if you need. And then we'll come to lie down. So make sure you've got space behind, take your shins, take your knees with, and come to lie on your back. When you get there, take a moment to move around your back and massage on the floor. And then stretch your arms and legs up into the air. We'll do one on each side today. So starting with your right leg, slowly take your foot down to the floor and your left hand down behind you. Get just above the floor, go out to the side, back to the middle, and then slowly up to the top again. And then do the other side. And then when you're back, give your knees a stretch, a squeeze in, move around again, make sure you've let your whole belly soften. And then set your feet on the mat for a bridge. Tuck your shoulders under, reach down to your heels. And then start by lifting your tailbone and continuing that action until you've come up. Shoulders come under again, any arm position that's comfortable. Push down through your feet and really use the strong muscles in your legs and your glutes to find a deeper back bend, lifting your hips further up. Great, untuck your shoulders, pick up your heels, and slowly let your body roll back down. Last thing to come down is your heels, and then knees go right and left. And then take happy baby. So hold your feet, let your knees open. Gently move around on your back if that feels good. And then either stay here if you don't want to come upside down today, or stretch your legs up into the air or up onto a bit of furniture, or rock yourself up to a shoulder stand, catching hold of your back and stretching your legs right up into the air. And if you're in shoulder stand, let your feet come behind your head or plow. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And very slowly, taking your time, particularly to bring yourself back down to your back so that you end up with your knees pulled in. Again, gently moving on your back. And then keep your right knee, stretch out your left leg. Take an inhale, we'll come to a twist. So roll over to your left. Hold your knee in place with your hand and then stretch your right arm out to the right. And then look towards your right side. One more breath. And then bring yourself back to the middle. Adjust your spine, make sure it's straight. Give both knees a squeeze in. And then keep your left knee, extend out your right leg. Take an inhale, and we're rolling over to the right. And stretching back out to the left. And turning your head. One more breath. And back to the middle. Again, take your time, give both knees a squeeze. Also lift up your head and touch your nose to your knees or as close as you can get it. And then let yourself settle back down on the floor, any comfortable position for Shavasana. Take your time to adjust, make any preparations you need so that you can lie comfortably for the next few minutes. As soon as you're settled, in your own time, if it helps you relax, take some deep breaths in through your nose and huge sighs out through your mouth. And then start to feel the weight in the back of your body. Each time you notice that you're breathing out, get even more of a sense of letting go. Scan through your body to check for any subconscious gripping anywhere at all. And then for the next couple of minutes, try and keep your mental attention on the tip of your nose and the natural rise and fall of your breath. Please feel free to stay longer if you've got more time today. If you need to finish now, then start to deepen your breath. And wiggle your fingers and toes to gently wake up your body. And gradually find a stretch. Arms, legs, whatever else you might need. You're going to eventually sit. Take your time to bring yourself up, either rolling to one side or pulling in your knees. When you get to the top, palms together, eyes closed. Take your hands to your forehead for loving thoughts, to your mouth for loving words, and to your heart for a loving hug. And that's it.